Adolf Hitler, born in Austria in 1889, was a strange and lonely child who drew pictures for most of his early life. When he was 14, his family moved to Vienna, the city that would have a profound influence on his adolescent years. In 1907, at the age of 18, Hitler decided to apply to the prestigious Vienna Academy of Fine Arts. His portfolio consisted of 3 drawings, 2 of which were watercolors, and 1 a black and white pencil sketch. He wanted to be a painter, not an illustrator. In his spare time, he created satirical cartoons mocking the ruling elite and the Jewish community. These drawings often depicted exaggerated caricatures of his subjects and were considered offensive by many. But let's get back to that application. The admission committee rejected his work and told him that his drawings were not suited for an Academy of Fine Arts. So what if they didn't reject him? Would the world have been better or worse? Let's find out. After receiving the news about his application, a very angry and bitter Hitler left Vienna and tried to enlist in the German army but was rejected because of his Austrian citizenship. When World War I broke out between the Central Powers and the Triple Entente, Hitler was determined to join the fight and began to support the nationalist aspirations of pan-Germanism. In 1913, he tried again to apply for the Vienna Academy of Fine Arts, but was once again rejected. This time they told him that his style was too illustrative and not artistic enough. So we have an aggressive young man who is anti-Semitic, has failed to get into art school twice, and is unable to join the army due to his Austrian citizenship. What does he do next? Well, in our timeline, he eventually got his wish when he applied for and was accepted into the German army as an enlistee. But what if this went differently and Hitler remained in Vienna? After the collapse of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, Germany was in a state of political turmoil. The Treaty of Versailles had just been signed, and the German people were looking for someone to blame for their current state. Hitler joined the German Workers' Party and became known for his charismatic personality and silver tongue. He spoke at rallies and was able to gain the support of many Germans who were disillusioned with the government. Over time, Hitler rose through the ranks of the party and eventually became its leader. With the Great Depression gripping Europe, Hitler promised the German people that he would restore their country to greatness. People desperate for change flocked to his message and voted him into power. The rest, as they say, is history. But what if Hitler had become a successful artist instead? It's hard to say whether the world would have been better or worse. Some believe that Hitler's rejection from art school was a pivotal moment in history that led him down the path of violence and aggression. Had he become a successful artist, he may have been too busy traveling the world and painting to become involved in politics. Others argue that Hitler's artistic talent would have been stifled in the rigid academic environment of Vienna, and that his genius was best expressed through his political career. Let us take a look at some of his actual artwork now and compare them to some famous artists of the time. We can see that Gustav Klimt was a leading member of the Vienna Secession, a group of artists who broke away from the traditional styles of the past and experimented with new ideas. His paintings often had a dreamlike quality to them and explored themes of love, beauty, and spirituality. Another famous artist from Vienna was Egon Schiele, whose paintings were known for their raw emotion and bold brushwork. Schiele's work often pushed the boundaries of what was considered acceptable at the time, and he was frequently persecuted by the authorities. Hitler's artwork, on the other hand, lacked the same level of skill and sophistication as these other artists. His drawings were often stiff and lifeless, and his watercolors were heavy-handed and lacked subtlety. Nevertheless, Hitler was convinced that he was a great artist, and the rejections he received only fueled his anger and resentment towards the art establishment. If you had the chance to tell young Adolf Hitler whether he should go into politics or art, would you? Let me know in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.